You don't have to scroll forever, and these are just good Christian books that actually fit this season. Do you want to read more and feel good about what you're reading, but struggle with time and finding clean books? If so, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Cassidy, a wife, mom, and a lifelong reader whose faith shapes what I read. I learned how to make time for books and choose ones that align with my values. If you're ready for clean books you don't have to second guess and simple reading tips that fit real life, cozy up and let's make reading fun again. If you're listening to this and thinking, I want to actually stay consistent with my reading this season, you have to come join us inside my Cozy Escape Book Club. We are doing a spring reading challenge right now, and it's seriously the easiest way to stay motivated, stop overthinking what to read, and just enjoy your books again. It's all clean, cozy, zero pressure, just fun. You can come join us at fruitfulreader.com/book club. Spring is such a fun reading season. There's just something about it. It feels like a fresh start. Life gets a little lighter, a little brighter, and I just noticed my reading shifts right along with it. After winter, when I'm all about like that cozy, kind of heavier books, spring is when I start craving something totally different. I want something that feels easy. I want to pick it up and get into it right away and stay hooked on it without forcing. A lot of that comes down to the book you're reading. If the book doesn't match your season of life, it's so much harder to come back to it. And that's why I started leaning into seasonal reading more. It has made the biggest difference. And instead of asking, what should I read? I start asking, what fits my life right now? And for me, spring reading is always the same vibe. I want books that feel hopeful. I want stories about growth and second chances. And I want something that leaves me feeling encouraged when I close it. Not drained or overwhelmed. I just want like that refreshed, fun spring feeling like you get when you clean your house in the spring. That's what I want in my books. And once I figured it out, it became like so much easier to choose books and actually finish them. So I want to give you this list of books that you can just pick up and start reading from today. No overthinking. You don't have to scroll forever. And these are just good Christian books that actually fit this season. And I'm going to give you 9 of them today. The first one is A Sweet Life by Suzanne Woods Fisher. This one is about Dawn, whose fiance calls off their wedding, and she ends up going on what was supposed to be her honeymoon with her mom. And then her mom randomly buys this rundown ice cream shop in Cape Cod. So they're thrown into this whole new season together with healing and second chances. I really loved that like mother-daughter dynamic, and the coastal setting just made it feel so fresh and springy. Next up is A Time to Bloom by Laureen Snelling. This follows Dell and her sisters as they move to Nebraska and start over after losing their mom. They plant a garden in her memory, and there's just so beautiful. There's faith, there's growth, a grumpy sunshine romance situation with RJ that's super fun. I just loved how much this one focused on perseverance and building something new. Another favorite of mine is The Maid of Ballymacool by Jennifer Deeble. This one is set in Ireland and follows Brianna, who's lived in a boarding school her whole life, and when a new guy shows up, they start uncovering this mystery tied to her past. It has redemption, a slow burn romance, and it just feels really gentle and meaningful. Another favorite, and this cover is actually very springy too, is When the Meadow Blooms by Anne H. Gabhart. This is about a widow and her daughters who move to a farm with her brother-in-law, who's super closed off at first. But over time, their presence starts to change everything. And this one's very emotional. It has great depth, but in a really beautiful way that's focused on healing and faith. The next one is super, super fun. This is The Master Craftsman by Kelly Stewart. This one follows a father and daughter who are connected through this mission to recover a missing Fabergé egg during the Russian Revolution. It has history, mystery, and like a really history mystery. It rhymes. It just was a really unique storyline. I loved how different this one felt and all the twists that came along with it. So good. A classic, in my opinion, I don't know if it's old enough yet, is The Chance by Karen Kingsbury. This is about 2 childhood friends who buried letters to each other years ago and then reconnect later in life. They have to face like past pain, loss, while figuring out if there's still something between them. This one is very emotional, but full of that hope and faith I love reading in spring. Next on the list is When Stone Wings Fly by Karen Barnett. This follows a woman trying to uncover her family's past while her grandmother is losing her memory, and it's set in the Great Smoky Mountains with like a dual timeline. The setting is so beautiful, and I loved how the mystery slowly unfolds. Another favorite is Bookshop by the Sea by Denise Hunter. Denise Hunter is always a fun author. She writes really clean romances, like contemporary, and she's just always good. She brings the depth and the swoony romance all in one. one. This one in particular is about Sophie, who reconnects with her high school sweetheart when he gets stranded in town, and she's also working towards opening her dream bookshop. It's a beach town setting, it's super cozy, and just a really easy feel-good read. And last on the list is Sunburst by Susan May Warren. This one's more high-stakes romantic suspense. It's about a former Navy SEAL on a mission who ends up in a forced proximity marriage of convenience, which I love marriage of convenience. If you also love marriage convenience, make sure you go listen to episode 5 for my favorite marriage convenience books. But focusing back onto this one, it's a very good, kind of having to survive this dangerous situation. It's very fast-paced, has strong themes of love and hope. She also writes really good books. I've enjoyed most of her books. They're very light. I want to say they have tons of depth, but they have that romantic suspense feel that can be fun to read. I suggest you pick 1 or 2 books from this list and start with one that sounds like the most fun to you and keep it somewhere visible so you can actually remember to read it. And you could also pair it with something you already do, like maybe before you go to bed or with your morning coffee. And this is going to help starting to build that reading routine into your life. And remember, if you need some extra motivation and accountability, that's exactly why I created the Spring Reading Challenge inside the book club. It helps you stay consistent without it feeling like pressure of doing it alone. So if you've been feeling stuck in your reading lately, or like you can't find anything that's clean, engaging, and worth your time, spring is your perfect reset. You don't need a massive TBR. You don't need to read faster. You just need a few good books that fit your life right now. They're light, they're hopeful, meaningful stories that feel encouraging and uplifting. And make sure you go check out the blog post link in the show notes. It has all the recommendations that we talked about today. Hey friend, if you loved today's episode, take 30 seconds to join our free Facebook community of over 30,000 women at fruitfulreader.com/group and connect with readers who just want to read more without worrying about what they'll run into. And if you haven't yet, leave a quick review on Apple Podcasts. It truly helps other readers find the show. Now go pick something off that TBR or add 3 more. I won't judge. I'll see you next week. Happy reading.